Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Elephant in the Room. My name is Joseph Simone, and today we're going to be talking about the media, and specifically their abhorrently irresponsible reporting in the last few months. All we've heard about since February is coronavirus. White people are racist, and the police need to be defunded. This is disgusting. It's an absolutely terrible style of reporting. And so to make up for their lack of actual news, I'm here to tell you about 5 things that have happened during coronavirus that the news hasn't told you. But before I do get started, first things first, you all know how this goes. I already told you. Today I'm drinking a 6-year aged bourbon made by Tom Sims. It's really good, I'm not gonna lie. You can get it from ABC Liquors, that's where I get it from. And I'm sure you can get it from other places too, but that's where I get it from. I don't know the other places. Anyways, all right, so number 1, the Chaz, or the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, was shut down by the mayor of Seattle after multiple murders, including murders of black men. But I guess we aren't hearing about those murders because they weren't done by police, so it doesn't matter. They get a pass. It's totally fine. Unless police are killing black men, you're not going to hear about it on the news. They kill a white guy, whatever, doesn't matter. Black guy kills a cop, white guy kills a cop, Asian guy kills a cop, that's fine. Doesn't matter, you're not going to hear about it. How is that okay? How is this okay? Multiple police have been killed since George Floyd was murdered. And we're not hearing about that at all. All right, number 2, Hillary Clinton is back in court. 3 weeks ago, CNBC reported that a judge has ordered Hillary Clinton must testify at a deposition for a lawsuit related to her use of a private email server for official business while working as Secretary of State under President Obama. This isn't going away. Democrats want this to go away real bad. They've wanted it to go away for a long time. Now, I would even argue at this point, Hillary Clinton is irrelevant. Right? Maybe in the first year of Donald Trump's presidency, people still cared about what she thought. I seriously doubt anybody cares about what she thinks, but this is about justice. Yeah, I don't care about Hillary Clinton. She is not a threat to one of the greatest presidents that has ever been in office. She's not a threat. But she did something real bad, something that if you did it or if I did it, we would be in prison already. So she needs to be held to the same exact standard. In April, the U.S. Border Patrol chief announced 158 miles of the wall is now completed, 192 miles are currently under construction, and 403 miles are in pre-construction, fulfilling yet another one of Donald Trump's promises. Promises made, promises kept. This is why Donald Trump is going to be reelected. Name something he said he was going to do and hasn't done. I can't even think of anything. In fact, I think if he does get reelected for a second term, did I say if? When Donald Trump gets reelected this year, I think he's going to be kind of bored, honestly. He's done everything. There's nothing left for him to do. He's going to have to just come up with new stuff. All of that huge list of promises that he made. He's the first president to ever do this. That whole list that he made, he's pretty much done the whole thing. It is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, number 4. Last week, Black Lives Matter activist Shaun King called for the destruction of Jesus Christ statues and to burn down churches. He said this is the next step. This is what they have to move past after the Confederate statues, which I think they already have moved past the Confederate statues because now they're tearing down Union statues like of Ulysses S. Grant. And George Washington. Are you kidding? He founded this country. Without George Washington, there is no America. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we all knew that they were a Marxist organization from the very beginning. I think that BLM may have had good intentions in the very beginning, but it has been completely taken over and it is on the path towards domestic terrorism. All right, number 5. Yesterday, a vote in Russia paved the way for Putin, who has already ruled Russia for 20 years, to be president of Russia until 2036. That is 4 terms of a US president, with no elections during that time at all. These are all real things that have happened during coronavirus that the media has not been telling us. And it's terrible. There's more going on in the world than we're being told. And I do not think that coronavirus, by any way, shape, or form, is created to be a distraction at all. It's a real virus, yes, but the data doesn't lie. If you actually look at the numbers, it's not a scary virus, all right? It's not a scary virus. Not only that, but all these numbers are coming out with all the cases spiking. Well, that's a corona test. That's not a COVID-19 test. They're testing to see if you've had any corona in your system. The common cold is corona. So if you had the common cold and you go to get tested for coronavirus 19, you're going to test positive. Doesn't mean you have coronavirus at all. And that's why so many people are asymptomatic, or their symptoms weren't that bad, or they barely even sneezed. It's because they had the common cold. They didn't even have coronavirus 19, okay? And that's a fact. And that came out about a week ago, that information. They're only testing for corona, not COVID-19. All right. Now for my favorite segment. It's what I like to call educate yourself. Liberals love that term, and I love it too. It's great. It goes both ways. All right, so on this segment, I'm going to give you a phrase and read the liberal definition of the phrase, followed by why I think it's complete BS. Today's phrase. Now this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is something a lot of people don't like to talk about, but I love talking about it. Today's phrase is cultural appropriation. You already know where I'm going with this one. All right, the liberal definition. The adoption of an element or elements of one culture by members of another culture. This can be controversial when members of a dominant culture appropriate from disadvantaged minority cultures. All right. My question is, so it's wrong if I put cornrows in my hair, which honestly I think I could pull off pretty good. I really do. But simply because I'm white, that's wrong. But it's okay for black people to say, wear a business suit, or celebrate St. Patrick's Day and wear all green and drink green beer, or to wear Western clothes at a country concert. That's perfectly acceptable, apparently. Okay. Just like minorities can't be racist, according to their definition, which we went over last time we did this. That's called a double standard. Nothing is off limits for white heritage. Anybody can appropriate from white heritage, apparently, but everything is off limits to white people just because they're white. I couldn't help that I was born white. I can't help that. But because I was born white, I can't have cornrows in my hair? How ridiculous is that? How absolutely ridiculous is that? And I don't subscribe to that at all. If I wanted cornrows in my hair, I would get it. I could pull it off, but honestly, it doesn't really go with the rest of my fashion. It doesn't really go with my suits at all. All right. So that's my thoughts. I guess I'll look through the comments real quick. Okay, Hector says, Sean King, oh, it scrolled up one sec. Sean King is taking that tactic from Spanish communists and anarchists, for they did this and other acts against the church, like executing priests, raping nuns, before and during the Spanish Civil War. That's interesting. And what does that mean? When we forget history, it repeats itself. If we tear down the statues of the Confederate soldiers, one, that was somebody's father, brother, whatever, right? After the Civil War, the daughters of the Confederate soldiers, they put up those statues, right, to commemorate their fathers and brothers. This is heritage, right? They weren't saying slavery was right and the South should have won. They were just memorializing their father or their brother. That's what they were doing there. When we tear down these statues, we're whitewashing history. for lack of a better term. And history always repeats itself when you forget. So, interesting point there, Hector. Very interesting point. Let's see. Jody Lope says, I'm not sure a business suit is white so much as it's corporate, which works for any race. I would agree with you there, Jody, except the business suit, the modern business suit, is adapted from London from the 17th century. So that's the thing. So that is Western culture. That's British culture. So I have to disagree with you on that. All right, guys. Now, like I said, these were going to be short, and really that's all I have to say tonight. So you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.